So recently I posted a video and you guys really enjoyed it. For me, it was a great experience of several of us out just trying to enjoy the backcountry, landing on the sandbars of the river. One big problem I had was, in a lot of my videos, you've heard in my audio or in my intercom, a lot of buzzing, and I get a lot of audio feedback. I am extremely grateful that my last video had the most success of any video yet on my channel. Only one problem. Thousands and thousands of you have watched that as your first time video to this channel. And while that is awesome, you heard some pretty bad audio. I am looking at a way to try to fix that today. I reached out to a couple modern day MacGyvers that I know, thanks Dyer and Joe, and told them, hey, this is what I've got going on. You know, recording my audio on my flights, and I hear a lot of the feedback when I'm watching my video back. And while it's also annoying for you when you're listening and watching these videos back, I can hear all of it in my headset when my radio key's up. When I talk to them, one of the things they thought it might be is some ground looping. I won't even pretend to know all the ins and outs to be able to explain it to you. But what I do know is they're thinking that if I give this intercom system its own permanent power and ground, maybe it'll complete that loop and I'll get rid of that buzzing in my audio. So that's my goal today, is to try to figure it out. Now, in the old Avid, I got the B model, and there's a few things that I'm gonna have to try to work around. So in the Avid, I am using an actual handheld radio. For an intercom solution, I'm actually using the Sigtronics Transcom 2. So it's just a two-place, obviously that's all I need in the Avid. So it has a pigtail that plugs directly into the mic and headphone jack on top of my portable radio. So typically it's powered by a 9-volt battery with just a positive and negative lead. I have checked on the schematics for this Transcom 2 and it will work with a 12-volt battery. I was thinking that I may have to find some type of reducer to get it down to 9 volts, but actually it'll work with 12 and should be good. One thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna solder on some leads to these pigtails so I can get enough wire to route around to where I'm gonna put it in. The next problem I'm gonna have with the Avid is real estate. It's a tight squeeze already. I'm limited on the small dash, so I gotta find a spot where I could put this. I want it easily accessible so I could turn it on and off, adjust the volume and adjust the squelch, but there's not many places where I can put it and it not be in the way. So I was thinking about this one spot. I think I got it pegged out. So I'll show you real quick. This is the panel. Just basic airspeed, master, mags, ignition, starter. I got an engine monitoring system and my altimeter. And that's pretty much it. This is where my handheld radio goes right here. I got an external antenna that goes to the back of the aircraft. So what I was thinking about doing was putting it right here on this piece of Velcro. In my mind, all right, I could Velcro it, mount it right here. Then I could still easily reach it to make any kind of adjustments. Looking around, that's about it. I mean, I technically could put it on the other side so that it's not in my field of view. I'm gonna look at putting it on this side because if I had it on this side, so I'm worried about when I plug in a headset, will the jack stick up high enough that they're in my field of view? Yeah, I don't like that. They're gonna be sticking up right in my field of view. It wouldn't be bad because they don't be taking up a little bit of space down here, but I just don't like it. So maybe go to the passenger side. All right, actually, I think I got it figured out. I'm gonna mount it right here, right in front of my passenger. It'll be out of their leg room. I'll put a compound on it so it'll stick right there to the fuel tank and won't go anywhere. And I think that's my fix. I'm gonna try that. So, pardon me, I know this is not as exciting as landing on a sandbar, but if I can get this right, it'll help that audio sound a lot better. So I've got a whole spool of extra red and black marked wire. So I want to take the pigtails that's already on this Transcom 2 that did go to the 9-volt battery. I'm going to solder these together. Then I think I have found my power source on the airplane that I can tap into and should be fine. Oh yeah. That'll work. I've got my ends soldered up together. Now this is just kind of a temporary solution because, you know, I am no avionics expert. I'm not an electrician. I don't understand the power and ground, how to fix getting audio loops and things like that. I won't even pretend to know what that's all about. This is just kind of a piece together setup as a temporary solution until I can test it and make sure it works. Once we know that yes, this does solve the problem, I'm actually going to get some legit cables made and make this look nice and neat. Well, I got it wired in. I want you to see my true response. I'm going to turn on the GoPro and plug in my headset and just see if it comes on. All right, so I got my headset turned on. No audio through the cockpit. Master is on. No audio through the cockpit. Now is when I should get audio. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Power for my Sigtronics Transcom 2. Now here's the true test. I'm going to put my camera on the wing and go out for a test flight and see at high RPMs how does this thing perform. Alright, so far so good. I can get good, clean, like really good clean audio. And I say that because when I was using the 9-volt battery, depending upon how charged that battery was how clean audio you got. So that's encouraging already. Now, one of the things I wanted to check for is I just want to make sure that we're not going to get any kind of feedback. Now, one thing I do need to check is strobes. Alright, so I can hear my strobes a little bit in they're LED bulbs, so it shouldn't be hard to get that noise out. But that's at least one thing we know that'll need to be changed. And Vidalia traffic 2 Delta Mike departure runway 25 Vidalia. Now that buzzing is just simply my radio picking up traffic. But what I can tell you already is it is 1,000 times better than what it was. I hear faintly in the background, I can hear what's probably my LED strobes. Let's see if I turn them off. Yep. Alright, so I do hear a little bit of my LED lights every time they strobe. I can hear a little bit of sound in the headset. It is nothing compared to the garbage I used to hear, so I'm okay with it. I'm going to call that a success. But since I'm here, might as well take a stroll by. Let's see. What up, Derek's home? I see Derek's chicken house is right here under me. Ooh, yeah, this audio sounds way better. Way better. Oh, we're having a get together. Oh, it's Vidalia onion season. If you don't know it, here in Sweet Onion Country, we are home of the Vidalia onion. Now, if you're from out of town, you'll call it the Vidalia onion. But if you're local, it's the Vidalia onion. Alright. And that's what we're over right now, is a whole field slam full of Vidalia onion. I wish I could land and get me some if I knew the property owner. But I don't see a trail to land on. Maybe right there. Alright, I saw you, Kinsley. I saw you doing them backflips, Kinsley. You do your thing, girl. Do your thing. Oh, alright. So that was great. Again, as long as everything recorded right to this video, and I'm assuming if you're watching it, it did, because I ain't posting no dud. I'm hoping that giving it a permanent ground was the solution. Needless to say, quick maintenance flight. I think this is going to help with all the audio problems I've had in the video. Thank you all for all the support you've been showing me lately. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. We've got some really cool adventures lined up for this summer. You don't want to miss out.